Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 27th of March, 2019. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. Greetings, boys and girls. Look, I saw a little Diane's face pop up on the screen while the old intro video was playing. Look, Diane. Oh, yeah, it arrived. Only 2 months late. And probably, as I say, this probably got to the pub before my birthday, but they put it somewhere and then people forget where they put things. Are you a bit like that yourself? I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not too bad like that. I don't live in a tidy house. I have to tell you that. I don't live in a tidy house. It's generally cleanish. Now, at this very moment in time, I don't mind sharing with you this little secret. Always remember, boys and girls, that famous saying, it's our little secret. It's don't tell anyone, it's our little secret. Oh, I don't mind telling you at the moment, there is a little bit of a layer of dust in the living room. There really is. It's just a small layer of dust, which can very, very quickly be done with a quick blast of the Mr. Sheen Shines, making things clean. Is that the right jingle? Mr. Sheen Shines, shining things clean. I can't remember how that jingle goes now. Mr. Sheen. It's a polish thing, all the polishes are the same stuff. But a quick spray of that and a wipe down and it had all been gone. I just can't be bothered to lift up the cloth. I won't lie to you, Diane. I'm a dirty person. I'm really dirty. No, I'm not. Sorry. Anyway, let's read back the birthday wishes. Thank you very much for 2 months ago from the lovely Diane. There is the picture. Look, it's got a little picture of a bear on it. My bear's here today. Jack the bear is here today. And she writes in there, little personalised message. To Chris, happy birthday, have a lovely day. Lots of love and hugs from Diane Jeb. So thank you very much, Diane. I will display that for one day here, because we're way past my birthday. And, yes, much appreciated. So it did get to me eventually. Talking of birthdays, my mate came round last night. We watched a bit of telly last night. The latest episode of Dynasty, which is fantastic. There's a new character in that called Adam. Adam is supposed to be the long-lost son of Blake. And very good looking, I must say, dear. Oh, I had to keep pausing the telly. To have a second look at him. Yes, Adam's in it now. So Adam's the long-lost son of Blake. So we watched that last night, which was very good. And what's the other thing? Northern something or other. I can't remember about a family who had to move somewhere. So we watched that last night and what have you. And it's funny, while I was sitting there, I don't know what made me say it, but I said, do you realise if you and I are still sitting here in less than 4 years' time, I'll be 60. How did that happen? Or hopefully it will. In 4 years, in less than 4 years' time, if my mate, and he's been here 7 years now. I think it's 7 years he's been here in Bracknell, something like that, 5 or 7 years. If we're back, hopefully, if we're both still around in less than 4 years' time, I will be 60, and he will be like 55. You can't make it up. Can't believe it. Never mind. Shall I start off with your messages today? Might as well. Let's see. Top of the list on the Facebook. Good morning to Michael Pullman in Australia. Mark Jones is in the house. He's got a bit of a cold, I think I saw further down the list. I'll have a look in a minute. Katie Ann Patterson. Good morning. There's Diane Jeb. Smiling as always. John Aitken. Good morning, John. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well there. Mark Jones has got a cold at the moment. Still fighting it like Mummy's brave little soldier. We like Mummy's brave little soldiers. Yes, we like them. Do you do soldiers in eggs? I don't quite like the idea of a boiled egg. Certainly not a hard-boiled egg. When the yolk's gone all hard and people slice it up and put it on salads. Not my cup of tea at all. I don't mind scrambled eggs. We had a lot of scrambled eggs when I was on holiday last week. Every breakfast they had this big vat of scrambled eggs. Very tasty it was as well. They put something else in it. I wonder if you can put garlic in scrambled eggs. I mean, why save the bad breath till later in the day? You can go get on that bus and breathe in everyone's face and you'll get a chair, won't you? Good morning. How are you today? What a lovely morning. You soon get a seat on there, my love. That'll pretend you're having a fit on the on the floor on the bus. Easily done. Morning to Christina. Morning, Christina, who's in Portsmouth. Good morning, Christina. Mike is also in Portsmouth. Mr. Reese Ponto. Do you know each other, Christina and Mike? Are you related? Perhaps you're related, I don't know. Joanna's in the house over there on YouTube. Good morning, Joanna. Shaken back and put the freshness back, says Mike. I remember that one as well. I wonder if she's still around. You do the shake hand back. That was a good advert as well. And good adverts are missing on this telly. They're a little bit more informative rather than entertaining now, aren't they? I do like to be entertained. Jingles. I love jingles. Radio sung jingles, not the talking ones. Not jingles like, it's the better music mix. Boring. No. Jingles like, da-da-da, the place to be with Tony Blackburn. Da-da-da-da. I've got that. Do you want me to play it? Do you? Do you want me to play the jingle? The old Tony Blackburn jingle from Radio London. Is this allowed? Is this legal? Oh, well, we don't worry about too much. Let me find my music folder. One moment, please. Selecting. Have I played this to you? I might have played this to you before. Jingles old. I reckon it'll be that one. Let's have a little look there. Tony. Let's just type in Tony. That should bring it up. Ha ha! Here it is, boys and girls. This is fantastic, this jingle. Ready? Here it comes.
The place to be with Tony Blackburn. 206 Radio London.
That's Jen. That's a proper jingle, dear. Proper jingle. We like it. We don't like spoken jingles. Very boring. Let's see if I can find another one for you this morning. We've done jingles before, haven't we, on there? No, I've lost it now. Lost it. Hang on. Just a minute. Calm down. Let's see. CMP. Let's do a CMP one. Let's do and see. Here's one.
More variety, more of the time. Live from Blackcap in Camden. This is the CMP Roadshow with Chris Reardon. And CMP.
Now that one was a little online radio station, one of the first that I did a little show on. And on a Monday night, I took some equipment down to the Black Cat where I was working, and we broadcast for an hour from there. It's great, isn't it? Fantastic. I do love jingles. That's years ago, that is. Oh, it's going back 20 years. Even closer to 60 than I thought. Who else is here? Hey, look, Christina. That's funny. You need to do a road show. All your fans will come out. I doubt that very. It would be about 3 of you turn up. There, but Christina would be there. She'd be there. I mean, maybe I could do it from an ice cream van. Something like that. That might bring people in. You know, I think you need more than me to get people to come to one of these things. Ice creams would be fantastic. Oh, there'd be queues of all sorts of ages coming towards my ice cream, dear. I'd have to ride off. Oh, is it free? Is it free? You know what people are like for a freebie? God, they go mad. Talking of freebies, I'll come to that in a minute. Don't rush me. I'll come to that in a minute. Good morning, John Aitken. Get your feather duster out and give the house a quick clean. I get bothered. I'm not a cleaner. I get bored doing that. I get bored cleaning. Morning to Mr. Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray. Sarah Lou Lace is in sunny Devon. Good morning, Sarah. Nice weather on the way, dear. Hello to Ken Lloyd. Good morning. I'm top of the day to you. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation and the only... I think Maureen does that one at the karaoke. She does a Carpenter's one. It might be that one, Top of the World, I think. Morning to John Pinkerton. Morning, sir. Peter Lake is in the house. Morning, Peter, who says it's cold outside in the back garden. Still got my daffodils and snowdrops. Oh, really? Oh, no, mine have all gone now. I don't get many daffodils come up at all. They all seem to come up blind. But the snowdrops come up year in, year out and get bigger and bigger. But I shall have the whole garden full of snowdrops in 10 years' time. I will. Won't be able to see the grass, which incidentally I cut for the first time yesterday after the winter period. Oh, it didn't half look nice once you've done it. Because it's looking it was looking really untidy, the garden. All you've got to do is cut the grass, and immediately it looked like 100 times better. So I'm pleased about that. Nice cut grass and that smell. Oh, don't you love that smell of cut grass? It's beautiful, isn't it? Unless, of course, you've got hay fever, which is a nightmare then, isn't it? Katie's just had to go outside and turn the rain off so my dogs can go out and wee. Well, as long as they don't do it up against my car. Got a new car coming soon. Very excited about that. John, huge bushfire near my place today. Was exciting. More like dangerous. Oh, that would frighten me, John. I'm a bit afraid of fire. I've actually worked with fire eaters before. Like, I was only DJing, and they're like, like that. And I'm hiding behind a DJ box. I'm a little bit afraid of fire, yes. Good morning to Mobile DJ Tips. Good morning to you over there on YouTube. Craig McKenzie in the house. Wonderful Radio London. It's a blast. It is, Ray. Tony Carroll, hello. Who's in Foxton Library, New Zealand. Back at work from Cyprus. Yes, I'm back to work. I'm already back to work with a failing computer. I'll tell you about that later as well. Michael Lawrence, morning. Just finished work, done all night, watching you on my way home. Good morning, Michael. Are you on a bus somewhere? Ding, ding. Mind the doors, please. They don't do that anymore, do they? It's all automatic. Everything's automatic. You don't have to push. There's no bloke, like on the trains, I mean. There's no bloke who pushes the button anymore, is there? It's all you push it yourself. All DIY, dear. DIY. Hello to the delightful Michelle White yesterday, who I had lunch with yesterday, which I'll tell you about shortly. Morning, Michelle. Hope you're well. Lovely lady she is. I had a lovely lunch with Michelle White yesterday. Joey Millen, good morning. Long time no see. Hello, Joey. Ray says, all the DJs say this one's on its way with the cream of the crop. It's the pick of the pops. Here's tomorrow's top tune today. Type in now. That's old DJ talk, that is. Thomas H. Good morning over there on the Vaughan Live. Welcome to you. Hello to Colin, who's on the mend now. He got mugged, Colin, some time ago now, and it's taken him a long, long time to recover. But I think he's going to go out soon on the town, aren't you, sir? Morning to Colin. Hello to Moving Nerd, who's on the YouTube chat there as well. Oh, you're on both places, are you? Okay. Let's have a look there. John Aitken has got hay fever. Achoo. Incidentally, that antihistamines thing, you know, the antihistamines, I've noticed that can help with your asthma as well, it seems to. When I got to Cyprus, for some reason, and I really don't know why, I kept having the blue thing. And I had an antihistamine tablet, and it stopped. Completely stopped. So I wonder if antihistamine, it might not be so much an asthma problem I've got, rather than something else causing it, mightn't it? But certainly that antihistamine, it certainly cleared up my use of the asthma thing. Good mornings to Stuart Skinner. Good morning. Be clean, upteen things clean, but in knowing that does make me sad. I'm sorry, Stuart. There is a bit of dust down to, not a thick layer, a thin layer of dust on like the television stand and things like that downstairs. I don't do it. I know a lot of people. My mum was very, very clean. Oh, Christ, every morning she hoovers the carpet. I'm lucky to do it here once every 2 weeks, dear. I can't be bothered. You know, when it looks dirty, it'll get done. Probably at some point today, I will do a bit of dusting. You know, now that I've seen the layer, right, it will tempt me to actually do something about it now. Or maybe not, I don't know. I've got to meet up with my mate later. Time for a haircut. Now, it may not look like it needs cutting to you, but if I show you this, you see the bald bit in the middle, that becomes more prominent if I let it grow just a bit. So every 2 weeks, I have the bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. I saw a YouTube video yesterday of a bloke that cuts his hair with his hoover. I'm not joking. Right, what he does is he puts that hair remover that the ladies use all over his imac. That's it. He puts that all over his hair. He likes a skinhead, okay? He's about 45 years old, 45. He puts this imac all over his head. He leaves it for 10 minutes, and then he literally gets the hoover, and he did that, and there was a line in the middle of his head. What an odd way to do it. Anyone else do their hair like that? Ladies, do you do your legs like that? Put the imac on your legs and get a hoover and just hoover it off. Oh, how awful. Moving nerd. Oh, sorry, you're talking to each other there, aren't you? I beg your pardon over on the Vaughan Live. Okay, Fair enough. Stuart, done that. Thank you, John. I'll wait for your pictures there. Peter, breaking news. Marmite peanut butter flavour. Oh, no. I'm not a fan of peanut butter. I don't like that taste at all, peanut butter. Not a pleasant taste. No, and to put it in Marmite, I'd just about get away with Marmite. One thing, as some of you are already from Australia, of course, Vegemite is a bit like Marmite, and you've got to be careful how you put that on. If you go to Australia and someone says, oh, try some Vegemite, do not spoon it onto that piece of bread or cracker. Just a very, very thin layer, otherwise you won't like it. The British make a terrible mistake of that. They go to Australia, oh, I must try some Vegemite, and they hate it because they put too much on. Greedy, dear. Greedy, that's what it is. Yes, John's always getting his Dyson. Oh, he's got a Dyson. John's got a Dyson. Oh, really? I had a Dyson, and then when it died, I was going to replace it, but I wouldn't pay £200 for a blooming Hoover. It's outrageous. 200 quid for a Hoover or more. I've seen Dysons for like £499. Well, what does that do? What does that do that my Hoover doesn't do? Huh? Is there some sort of secret thing that it does that no one knows about and that's why it's 500 quid? Last Hoover I bought was about 50 quid. And it was actually Hoover. And it's all right. And it's funny actually, after about 6 months, I thought, oh, this doesn't seem to be picking up anymore. And I thought, oh, maybe I should go back and get a Dyson. And I read the instructions, and it said you've got to wash the filter. So I took the filter off, washed it, switched it on again. Well, I mean, the carpet came up with it. It was sucking so hard. God, I'd like to find one of those. I really would. Peter, Little Britain, dust, dust, dust everywhere. That's right, Peter. There's dust everywhere. Do you like peanut butter, Thomas? He says he uses a beard trimmer to do his hair. Yeah, I've got a little beard trimmer. It works all right. I don't like this to get... Every 2 days I do this. I don't like it to get too long. All the grey shows through. Thomas cuts his own hair with a beard trimmer. I don't blame you, mate. Mobile DJ tips. It looks awful, Peter. Like a rough night out. Peanut butter and jam. That's the winner. Oh, no peanut butter, please. I don't want any peanut butter. No. Don't like it. Vegemite is so much better than Marmite. Yes. Yeah, it is, but don't put too much on. John says, if you try Vegemite, you must spread it very thickly. Oh, he likes it thick, do you? Me too, dear. We do like a thick one, my love. Jelly. Jam is nice as well. Good. So let me tell you, yesterday, after the show yesterday, as I say, I cut the grass and that's nice and smelly. And then I went swimming. And when I got in there, I was the only one in the pool. And within 10 minutes, there was about 4 people in my side. One of which has decided to do the backstroke. And you know, there's 2 sides in the swimming pool. There's kind of the one for the swimmers and the one for the mucking abouts. Okay? And the mucking about one also tends to contain the very slow people. But some of the very slow people jump in the other side and they hold everything up. And some blokes some old codgers in there, you know, probably about my age actually, doing the backstroke very slowly. Oh, and they don't get out of the way. They don't think it's the right thing to do to get out of the way of someone faster. I'm not the fastest. I'm pretty good. I'm at a reasonable speed. But I'm certainly not always the fastest one in there. And if you get to the end of the pool and the faster one gets to the end of the pool as well, just after you, it's not written down, it's not a rule, but, you know, you let them go. Then they can carry on. You don't want to be in their way, but some people just don't seem to see it like that. They just get in a bloody way. And there was a bloke in there last night, but anyway. After that, I went to pick my mate up. And we went to TGI Fridays, where Michelle, who's with us this morning, she came along as well yesterday. TGI Fridays in Bracknell. I'm quite a fan of TGI Fridays. I don't think I've ever had a complaint about them at all. The staff always seem to be sort of reasonably bouncy and happy, don't they? I mean, it's all part of the job, I know that, but nevertheless, makes you feel good. So we went in there and sat there, and we were quickly brought over the menus by a nice girl. Who was from Italy, actually, from Sicily. She had an awful lot of makeup on for a 20-year-old, I must say. She was really a lot of makeup. She didn't need it because she was quite pretty. I don't know why some girls do that. I mean, it's up to them what they do, of course. But young girls, you tend to be naturally pretty. You know? So why, oh why, they shave their eyebrows off and put so much makeup on, I do not know, because you're naturally pretty anyway. Funny, isn't it, really? So we're talking to her, and then another group came in. Oh, they were like Chavvy. Very, very Chavvy, dear. They'd come in tracksuits, 2 babies. And, oh, the language, dear. F this and F that. Really loud as well. Rude, dear. Rude. So we ordered our stuff, and I ordered the new TGI Fridays vegan burger. Very nice. I had one of those in Cyprus while I was over there. And off she went. Now, I must say, I thought the food was a bit slow this time. And as it was empty, I was surprised at that. It did seem to come a bit slow. But I didn't get what I wanted. She came back over sort of after a couple of minutes and said, I'm really sure we haven't got any vegan burgers. So she said, we got the vegetarian one, so I had that. Now, there's probably some of you watching. What's the difference then between a vegetarian burger and a vegan burger? Right. So learn. Vegans do not eat anything at all to do with any animals. Nothing at all. Nothing animal products. If it involves an animal, they don't touch it. Okay? This would include surprising stuff, actually, like honey. They don't eat honey. They won't drink any milk. Anything that's to do with animals, they won't. A vegetarian basically won't eat dead animals. But I'll have some honey. I might occasionally have a bit of dairy ice cream, something like that. Okay? So there's the difference. So they still got the veggie burger. So I ordered the veggie burger. And some, what else was it? I think that was it. Oh, I did have some garlic. I forgot that I'm not supposed to have bread this month, but I did. I ordered a little bit of garlic bread. So the veggie burger as a starter, and then overcame the veggie burger. Now I made, which was absolutely delicious, with chips and little. They give you these little pots of like chopped up red cabbage, but honestly, it's so tiny. It's pots like this, you know, and 2 forkfuls, and the whole thing's gone already. Never mind. But I did make at this point the fatal error to my mate of saying, I'll pick up the bill. Okay? And which I don't always do. But I said, I'll get this one. Wow! You want to see the amount of courses that he bloody ordered then? It just kept coming. There was the burger. No, what was it? First he had a bruschetta, which he didn't like actually. It wasn't cooked properly. He said it was a bit soggy. So a bruschetta came over, 2 corn on the cob things, a bowl of chips and something else. The plates just kept coming. I thought, you're taking a piss, mate, you are. Just because I said I was picking up the bill. It kept coming, all this food. Blimey. We nearly had to move to another table. Shocking. And he's sitting there laughing. Bastard. I thought, you cheeky bastard. Oh, so we had that. The Chavvy table that sat down after us finished their meals really quick, and they were out the door. They must have shoved that stuff in their mouth so quick that it was like there was no tomorrow. Blub. You can just imagine them go like that. Out the door they've gone, paid the bill. So we had that. And then after that, I ordered some sort of cookie ice cream thing, which was absolutely delicious. It had a taste to it, which wasn't an unpleasant taste. And I cannot put my finger on what that taste was. I know what this taste is. It was something that I don't usually have. But it was nice anyway. So we had this cookie thing. And my mate had something as well. I can't remember what he had now. And then the bill came, which was fairly reasonable for 3 people, you know, for a lunch. So that was fine. And a lovely, lovely afternoon, really. Nice conversation with the delightful Michelle from Waitrose, giving us all the Waitrose secrets she was, talking to us, and my mate there as well. And the staff, as I say, were always very chatty in there, so that's quite pleasant. And then we went out of there, and I wanted to pop into Vodafone, because, as you know, I'm with Virgin Media. And I'm probably going to change my internet service provider because they're just charging too much, £53 a month. And it's just ridiculous, just for broadband. I am on the fastest one. The service is fantastic. It never goes wrong, really. But £53 a month. Vodafone, they do 2 different offers. I was going to go with 4G, but I think I'm going to stick with a cable one rather than a 4G one, just because I can have that here. Vodafone do 2 different levels. They do a standard one and a super fast one. So I wanted to find out if I went in and got the standard one and I found it wasn't up to what I want to do with it, could I then immediately upgrade it just by going into the shop, even though I'd only just started a contract? And they said, yes, you can do that. But I don't think you can go the other way. I don't think you can, within a contract, go down a level once you've started, because obviously they'll be making less money. If there's a chance they can make more money out of you, then you can, of course, upgrade. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to give Virgin Media one more chance to either match or better the deal when I come right to the end of my contract, because I met up with someone who used to work for British Telecom, the same as I did, but he stayed on. You know, when I was at BT, there was no internet. There was no internet. Mobile phones had just come on the market, so it's very different. But he stayed right the way through on the internet, and he said, I rang Virgin Media at the wrong time, you see. I've still got a month and a half, 2 months left of the contract, something like that. He said, what you got to do is ring on the very last day or the day after. Don't ring before then. That's when you'll get the best deal. You might not get the deal you want, but you've got much more chance of that at that point rather than going before. So, okay. So I will try that first and see how it goes. And if not, I'll do the old Vodafone thing. So that was it, really. Lovely afternoon. Came back here. I'm still trying to sort the karaoke computer out. I've managed now to load on the karaoke program, which works. Loaded in all the music. That's all my DJ music and karaoke songs. That's all on there. The music playout system is on there. What I can't get working is the sound card. The external sound card. If you're technically, sorry, just a little bit of technical stuff. I won't go on about this because I know a lot of you won't understand that. But I have a plug-in sound card which gives me 4 outputs. You know, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And I need 1 and 2 to play out the karaoke music, and 3 and 4 to play out the music in between the karaoke. It's not showing up 1, 2, 3 and 4. All it's showing is USB sound card. So I've only got 2 outputs. Now, there is a workaround where I could use those 2 outputs and the headphone socket in my computer, but that's not what I want to do. I want to have it all going through the sound card. So I'm having trouble getting that working at the moment. I've sent the company an email and hopefully they'll come back to me. I'm sure I was on the phone to someone about this 3, 4, 5 years ago and they told me what to do and I was able to do it then. But the drivers don't seem to be working. In fact, if anything, they seem to be crashing the computer for some reason. It only crashes when I've got this thing plugged in. I have also ordered on Amazon a brand new sound card, different make, Scarlet. I think it's Scarlet, something like Scarlet, which is a 2-in and 4-out sound card. Again, a USB one. And I've done, I don't usually do it, but I've done like 1 day ordering. So that should be with me tomorrow at some point, and then I can install that. And if that works, then that's the problem solved. But yes, the computer is working. I should be able to use that computer now. It took ever such a long time because we had to completely blank it. We had to factory reset and then downloading all the new stuff onto there. So a bit of a job that was. And that was my day yesterday. You know, we went to Aldi as well. First of all, we went into Martin McCow's. My mate wanted to buy one of those lottery ticket things. He went into there. I've got a lottery ticket story coming up in a minute. And, there was a bloke in there. Oh, my God. Very easy on the idea. He was about 6 foot tall, about 32 years old. And he had black tracksuit bottoms, which were kind of hanging down his arse a bit. You know how that look? Oh, my God, he was gorgeous. All the old dears, they're all about 50 or 60 years old. They're like this as he's walking past. But he can't, and he's walking very confident. Yeah, obviously someone who knows how good they look. Similar to myself, I'm fully aware of how fantastic I look. Do you know what you really hate? When someone comes up, do you know you look really good for your age? I mean, what do they mean by that? Look really good for your age? How rude. Absolutely rude. That's what it is. So then from there we went into Aldi because my mate wanted some more of those solar lights. And unfortunately, they've run out. I got some yogurts in there and a little bit of light cheese, light cheese, less fat cheese type stuff. Got in the queue, and there's that bloke again. I think he must be following me around. And my mate said, "Quick, look, he's over there." Oh, there he is. We do tend to follow people around in shops. I wonder what his name was. He was ever so tall. Gorgeous he was, this bloke. And that was Aldi. Came up here, as I said, worked a bit more on the computer, trying to get these drivers working, but it's not having it. And then had my little afternoon sleep. My mate came round in the evening. As I said at the beginning of the show, we watched another episode of Dynasty and this, I can't remember, the Northern something I'm watching at the moment. And then he went home. I think we had something to eat while we were here. What did I have? I had some homemade spaghetti arrabbiata stuff that I have. He went, and then I changed another couple of passwords. At the moment, I'm changing all my passwords. Instead of using something memorable, I'm just giving things a string of letters and numbers and symbols. So, for example, capital A, small b, small c, small d, 1, 2, 3, capital F, capital Z, percentage, pound sign, like that. I'm changing all my passwords, and every single thing that I've got will have a different password. I mean, my bank passwords and credit card passwords, I've always had it like that, like just a random string of letters and numbers. Now, I think a lot of the computers now offer you to choose a computer, to choose passwords for you. And you can do random number and you push a button and it comes up. I don't do that. I think, maybe there is someone at the other end, writing down these things so they can steal the 30 pence that I've got in my bank account. But it's not an easy thing. I can't believe how many different accounts I've got of this, that and the other with passwords and all that. So what I did, now at the moment, obviously I can't show it to you, but I've got my passwords written down on an old piece of scrap paper, and it's like all over the place. It looks a bit like that. This is the day. That's the day's show, incidentally. Look, there's the day's show there. That's today's show there. Can you see that? Oh, God blimey. So that's today's show there. And you see at the bottom of there, it says, look, continue changing passwords there. So my passwords are like literally written on that. Last week, I went out to Ryman's and I bought a little book. Just a normal address book. And there you go. So so you could put Apple, up A, I would put Apple and then put my password under there. And that stays in a secret location in my house. So you've always got that. Of course, if I'm out and about somewhere, and you want to do something, you can't remember the password, well, you've had it, haven't you? But I think in this day and age of so much cyber insecurity, where people, don't seem to be a week goes by anymore without some large company letting us know that we all need to change our passwords because someone's got into their system. I think it's really important to have a different, but maybe not so much in the past, but certainly these days, it's really important to have different passwords for everything. And my advice is go down, spend I think it was about £4 that was, spend £4 on a little address and a book like that, and then just write them in there. I wouldn't advise you to store passwords. I know there's a lot of websites and they do like safe store passwords where you sign up to a site and that keeps hold of all your passwords, and to get into the site you put a password in. But my thoughts there are, if someone gets into that site, well, I'm sure their security is fantastic, but these people always find a way round, dear. They always find a way round. If someone gets in there, well, that's it, you've lost all your passwords, mate. So I can't advise anyone to do anything like that. You hear some people on the radio and that technical experts, they say, it's very, very safe there, technical. You don't know that someone could get in a similar way that someone, I suppose, could break into my house, ransack the whole thing. I mean, it'd take them a while to find this. I don't leave it in here. It would take them a while to find it, but I suppose they could eventually. But isn't there less chance of that happening to that little red book than there is someone on the other side of the world who you've never met before logging into some server somewhere and nicking all the passwords? So highly recommended way to do that. So that's what I did yesterday. That was my day yesterday. Let's do some of your messages there. One moment, please. Just scrolling back a little bit there. I think you're talking to each other. There we are. Oh gosh. Where are we now? How far did we get there? Peter, my brother Daniel, he's got his Superman outfit on today. Superman! I don't know the theme music to Superman. Can't remember that one. I remember Batman. Batman. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman. 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 I remember that. I wonder how much. Not many words is there in that song, Batman. Mobile DJ tips. Chavs in Bracknell, get away. Oh, it's full of them round here. I'm always sitting on the wall looking for the 30-year-old chavs to walk past, mate. Ogling them up and down. He was a chav, that bloke in the shop yesterday, the 6-foot one. The Jack Daniels burger in TGI is delicious. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm not a drinker, to be honest. The only time now and again, very rarely, I'll have a glass of champagne if we go out to one of our afternoon teas, but we don't go to those many more. We're going out to an afternoon tea for my mate's birthday in April at the... Oh, what's it called? Just a minute. It's the really posh hotel, and we've never been to this one. Hang on, let's see if I've got it written here. Oh, I haven't. Claridge's. We're having afternoon tea at Claridge's at the end of next month. Looking forward to that one. That will be like really posh. I wonder if we need a tie in that one. We might even need a tie in that one. Yeah, we went on a lot of afternoon teas over the last couple of years. Not so much now because, of course, most of the time I'm up north during the week time. But for his birthday, I'm going to be down here and go out to Claridge's, yes. It was a fatal error picking up the bill, Thomas. Worse, announcing it before you decided to pick it up. Do you know what I mean? If I'd have just kept quiet, he would have just ordered his normal food and not all the other extra stuff that arrived. Bloody cheek. Mike, Aldi have started doing a very nice meat-free burger, $2.49 for two. Is that right? Oh, I haven't seen that in there. I've seen the ones that are covered in breadcrumbs. But I have to be very careful with bread because it can give me acid. And once it starts, it's just awful. I get terrible acid reflux if I have too much bread. So I tend to avoid it as much as possible, bread. Good morning to Maureen, joining us on the YouTube this morning. Morning, Maureen. She just texted in there. Simon has texted in. He says, there's a leave... Oh, hang on, I can't see that writing so small. There's a leave means leave march at 4 p.m. on Friday by Nigel. 10 million expected at Parliament. Traffic jams in London might be at a standstill. Oh, dear. Is that right? That's bad news, isn't it? I hope I'll be able to get through the traffic all right. Yeah. Well, if I put a leave, they're not going to start smashing up the cars, are they? I better get a sticker made, I am Brexit or something like that, and then they'll leave me alone. All the cars around me will be smashed, but mine will be fine. Oh, dear. Chris might be overthinking the Vodafone contracts. I don't know. John's on Virgin Media. The internet is always fast and TV is great. Yeah, I've no complaints about Virgin Media at all, John. But I'm peeved at paying £53 a month. It's too much. I can get it for less than half that. As you well know, down at the caravan, I use 4G internet. I literally stream to my phone. I Wi-Fi to the phone and then 4G from the phone out to you lot to do the shows. Works perfectly all right. I'm tempted to do the 3G thing here, but I'm going to stay with... don't think I'll be able to get a wired connection to the caravan, you see. That's why I haven't got one there. But here, I think I'd like to keep a wired connection rather than 3G, all right? Thomas might need to install a fresh mixer program. Well, it's not the program. You see, there's two separate programs. There's the karaoke program and there's the music program, two different programs. But on the sound settings on the computer, the outputs are just not showing up. Instead of showing me 4 outputs, i.e. laptop speakers, okay? Then it should say USB thing, which is the thing I've got there. And then it should say USB 1.2 and USB 3.4. 1.2 and 3.4 are not showing up. I'm missing 2 outputs. And I'm using exactly the same drivers I've got on my backup laptop as well, which is working fine. So I don't know why that's happening. Michelle says it was such a lovely afternoon, lovely meal and fabulous lunch. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Michelle. She weren't greedy. She just sat there with a little bowl of chips. Didn't have to buy her anything. Good morning to Dr. SRS Gregorian. In unrelated news, did you know why the chicken crossed the wires? No, why was that? To go to KFC. Oh, no, I don't go to KFC, ever. Hundreds and hundreds of dead chickens in there all the time. Make me feel ill, it really does. Let's have a look. John, stop perving the talent in shops. What's my new password, Chris? Well, I've got lots of different ones. You'd never get... It wouldn't be possible to guess my password. It wouldn't. Literally, it's just a string of letters and numbers and characters now. I don't use a memorable word or anything like that at all. Mobile DJ tips. I've changed all my passwords to the word incorrect. That way I'll forget it and type in something wrong. I will always get a handy reminder that your password is incorrect. Very fast. Very, very good, sir. All right. Paul and Lou, good morning in Birmingham, are surprised that I prepare for a show. Yeah, I can. Well, it depends how long. Sometimes it can be done in 10 minutes. Other times I could sit up here for half an hour, 40 minutes before I switch on. It just depends. If it flows in through my head and there's some news stories available, there's not many interesting other than Brexit and stabbing stories today. And you know I tend to shy away from the more serious stuff. It's quite a light-hearted show. Sometimes we get into stuff a little bit, but I'm certainly not interested in going on and on about Brexit every 5 minutes and what the latest thing. Oh, Jacob Rees-Mogg is going to vote for her now, isn't he? Oh, Christ, I'm sick to death of it all. Do you need a password for the secret location? Good morning to Roy Brownlow. Morning. And Muzami. Good morning to Muzami. Morning, bro, to you. Thomas creates my own passwords like you. Yes. I wouldn't trust anyone or anything to create a password for me. I do them all myself. Good morning to Jason Lewis, who's changed all his passwords to be incorrect. Oh, I've done that already. Jason Lewis has done the same thing as well. Look at that. A life hack. A life hack. Fevsy Turkalp keeps his passwords under his pillow. Yeah. I wouldn't take too much in notice of the advice he gives out sometimes. I'm sure he's BSing his way through those shows, you know. Roy, pound bakery veggie sausage rolls, 2 for £1. Is that all they are? You can't beat the Greggs vegan sausage rolls. They are delicious. You can get Quorn sausage rolls, 3 in a pack from Waitrose, right? But they're nowhere near as nice as the Greggs ones. Greggs, they've got it down to a T. They must have done an awful lot of research into their vegan sausage rolls. They are beautiful. Thomas says, listen to your body, all the aches and pains. I know about that, mate. Oh, I can feel my aches and pains now while I'm sitting here. Let's have a look. Morning to Rob Shaggy Kershaw. Holiday was fantastic. Where have you been? We've done several shows since then, dear. Do pay full attention, all right? Thomas, to a date before the problem started. A problem last week occurred after a Windows update on Monday. And I've had to take the computer back to factory settings. You see, so everything is being fresh installed at the moment, and it's just not having the drivers for that for some reason. Did you watch The Bay last week? I was hooked. Can't wait for tonight's episode. No, what's that? What's The Bay? I don't know what that is, The Bay. Is this a new pro? I haven't watched The Bay, whatever that is. No, not yet. All right. Okay, there are some stories here today. Now, what was the thing I was going to say? Here we go. The lottery story I told you about. Look at this. Now, when is one lottery ticket not enough? Now and again, I'll buy a lottery number, maybe 2. I'm not one of these people that goes in and religiously spends £10 on a lottery ticket or £5. I think it's a lot of money to spend. I think I think generally you find that poor people, people who haven't got much money, are probably the ones who spend the most money on the lottery tickets. I'm sure you see them and see the young single mother or that in there with the pram and, as someone looks, you can tell they haven't got much money and they go in there and spend £10 on a lottery ticket. And I think, wow, to actually think you're going to win. I think you've got to buy lottery tickets and stuff like that with the thought that you don't mind, okay, this is £5 I've got spare or £10 I've got spare. I don't spend any more than a couple of quid. I think is it £1.50 each or £2 each maybe? I might buy 2 lottery numbers, but that's about it. That's about it. Anyway, but when is one lottery ticket not enough? When more than one person wins the prize. Ready? In the Daily Mail this morning, a hard-working man, and this is in your part of the world, our friend in Australia, a couple of friends in Australia we've got watching the show today. A hard-working man has won 46.6 million Australian dollars after he accidentally bought the same ticket twice in one of the biggest lotto draws this year. When lottery staff called the man, described as a hard-working man from St Albans, Melbourne, to tell him the good news, he said, "You're kidding. Am I seeing things? I just checked my entry online and I think I know what you're about to tell me. I'm speechless. I can't believe it. I just finished work for the night." This is a great story. The man bought a winning ticket at Winning Lotteries St Albans and then accidentally bought another one with exactly the same numbers at Footscray Lottery Centre. Each ticket for Tuesday night's $70 million Australian Lotto jackpot, Oz Lotto jackpot, won him $23.3 million. The jackpot was so big because no one had won for 7 weeks. There was another winner of $23.3 million Australian in Hobart, who is yet to claim the prize. If the man had only bought the one lottery ticket instead of the 2, the prize would have been halved between the 2 winners. Give them 35 million each. Oh, is that all? Oh, what a shame. Only 35 million? Oh, how can we possibly survive on that? So he was really lucky. Because the man had bought the 2 tickets, the prize was split 3 ways, with the man taking 2/3 instead of half of the 46.6 million. So he would have won 23. He would have won, what's half of that? He would have won 35, but instead of 35, he got 46. That's not bad, is it? Because he bought 2 numbers. The man said he'd been playing the same number for 30 years. I play every week. I've always marked my entries, but I've never chosen the numbers on anything in particular. So there we are. That, my friends, is when buying one lottery ticket isn't enough. Maybe we need to buy 2 in future, just in case your number comes up. And if it does, I'd like you to think of me, boys and girls. Here I am, sitting in squalor, surrounded in this. I'm going to let you into a secret now. I'm going to let you into. It's going to be our little secret, right? I'm sitting. You're going to be shocked by this. I'm sitting in a spare small room in my own house. You're shocked, aren't you? You know when I say at the beginning of the show, welcome to Television Centre in Bracknell, right? You've probably got in your mind the vision of a vast complex of studios, lights, mirror balls and various things hanging down, a canteen, security on the door. It's just a spare room in my house. Michelle was very surprised at this yesterday, who I had lunch with. She's lovely. It's just a spare room in my house. So therefore, coming on to your lottery win, if you'd like more shows and better studio. Perhaps you could send me a little bit of that 45 million that you've won. And then I can go out, buy a bit of land, have purpose-built television studios built with security. We could employ lots of local people. That's how you get these things done, isn't it? What you're going to do is you're going to go to the council and you say, well, yeah, we do want to use that bit of green land, and I know that economy and ecology and all that, but I will employ 20 local people. Oh, yes, well, we'll let you have that bit of land. That's how it works, isn't it? You've got to give them something back. And I'll also build a couple of schools while I'm here as well. Maybe even a church. And extra parking. So when you win that lottery, please get in contact with me and I'll let you know where to. There was a lovely email the other day, actually, and it was from a chap in Nigeria who was offering to send me an awful lot of money. He really, and I thought, what a nice person to offer to send me loads of money from Nigeria. But then I thought, just by sending him a couple of £100, which would cover the postage, he was going to send me money from his dying relative in Nigeria. But I thought about it and I thought, well, it's a lovely thought, but what would I do with Nigerian dollars? They're no good to me, dear. Sterling, even euros. Not interested. Thank you. Keep those nasty little euros over there. We didn't want them then and we don't want them now. Thank you very much. Sterling only. Cash only, no cheques or cards. Roy, Chris, local to me, caravan sites caught in fire. 30 caravans gutted. Be careful. Caravans go up very quickly if there's a fire. They really do. It's all plastic, you know. Rob, it's mine and my partner's 7th anniversary on Sunday, and to celebrate, we are throwing themselves out of a plane and doing a skydive. You're off your heads, you two. Jumping out of a plane? Are you mad? My God. That's what they do on Ryanair, isn't it? If it gets too busy, they just open the doors and push them out. Do you want the luggage as well as you go out? It's another £50. Oh, you've gone. Thomas says he knew I was at home. No, I can't believe that, Thomas. You didn't, did you? John's been doing the same lottery numbers for 25 years. The most I've ever won is 125 quid. But if that's nice, though, isn't it? 125 quid. If I bought a lottery ticket and I suddenly realised I'd won 100 quid, I'd be very happy with that. Very happy with that. Adam got no notification today. Oh, is that right? Everyone else did. They've all got their notifications. There must be something wrong with your equipment, Adam. Did you all get your notifications this morning? Can you let us know, gang? John will buy me a veggie burger and chips if I ever win. Thank you, John. You're just so kind. Such a kind person. Absolutely. Cash only, Thomas H. Skydiving sounds awesome. No, I won't be doing that. No. Morning to Linda Cummings. Morning, Linda. Hello, Linda. I worked with Linda. She's wonderful, she is. I worked with her at a place in Dulwich, the Cherry Tree. And then later on at a place in Sydenham. She's lovely. Good morning, Linda. Nice to see you there, darling. All right. Thomas H. For those not afraid of death, jump out of a plane. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. Yeah, Katie got her notification, so something I missed there, Adam. Check you've got your little follow thing on there. Roy Brownlow, £2,400 to win £125. Is that what it is? Roy's very good with the figures. Thank you, Michael. Got his notification as well there, Adam. So keep an eye on that, my old mate. All right. Let's have another little story here. Deep-fried Cadbury's cream eggs. Would you touch one of those? We've always heard about the deep-fried Mars bars, haven't we? Which really doesn't do it for me. I knew a bloke who used to have, for lunch, deep-fried cheese. He'd literally, a block of cheese, I kid you not. It literally, and he worked in a pub. He actually one of the chefs in the Black Cap years ago. A very good friend of mine, Jason. And for lunch, he used to like to have a deep-fried cheese. A whole block of cheese dumped in there. Well, what about a deep-fried cream egg? Not doing it for me, I'm afraid. There's a picture of it. It looks absolutely disgusting. It really does. In the Daily Mirror this morning, deep-fried Mars bars are old news north of the border. However, this Easter there's a new type of deep-fried confectionery that's bound to make your arteries sing. You can just feel them clogging up, can't you? As part of a recent competition, the Off the Hook fish and chip shop in Airdrie in Scotland put some feelers out and asked its customers what item they'd like to see added to the menu. As a prize, the winner not only got their wish granted, but also a huge chippy... I love a chip shop. Oh, and proper chips, cut with a knife. Not these things that arrive at the kebab shop in a plastic bag, dear. That's not chips. It's not chips. Chips are big, thick things that someone has spent time and effort cutting up at the back of the pub or fish and chip shop, wherever you are. The chips in TGI Fridays, they're out of a plastic bag. They're all right, but they're not chips, dear. French fries. Something else that the French sent over years ago to upset me. I'm sure it was. Chips need to be cut up with a knife. I do my own chips. I get a potato. I don't even de-skin it. De-skin? No, that's wrong, isn't it? Peel it. I hope I'm not de-skinned. Oh, what a dreadful mess that would be. I don't peel them. I chop them up into little chip shapes, put them in the oven, spray them with... Oh, they're delicious. My mate done them the other night. He did them really well, actually. Sometimes you don't leave them in too long or not long enough, you know. Anyway, back to the story. Off the Hook have form in this respect, having already treating their customers to deep-fried Oreos back in December. This isn't the first time a cream egg has had the deep fat fryer treatment. Back in 2017, another... Would you eat one of these? Would you eat a deep-fried cream egg? Back in 2017, another Scottish chip shop offered the dish. Pizza lovers also saw their favourite dish get a do-over last year when one Glasgow pizzeria deep-fried a Mars bar calzone. What the hell is that, a Mars bar calzone? Which does not sound like it's for the faint-hearted. It's been a good time to be alive for cream egg fans. There's an awful lot of spelling mistakes in that story. Who's editing the Daily Mirror these days? And since Piers Morgan. Oh, Piers Morgan used to do that, didn't he? He's on the Breakfast News. I actually watched him a little bit this morning. And I'm not always a fan of his technique of interviewing, but he was interviewing about the schools and the gay lessons that a couple of schools, the parents were all down there and all up in arms and all that. And I must say, he was actually quite good at the interview this morning. I thought old Piers Morgan wasn't he? Paul and Lou, apparently I've got a long-lost Nigerian uncle that's just died and has $10 million in his will. Well, you probably only have to send a couple of thousand to get that over. I'd do it, Paul and Lou. Let me know how you get on. Let me know how you got on. Thomas has never tried a deep fried candy bar. I don't think I would either, Thomas. It don't do it for me. I used to like battered sausages. A long time ago when I used to eat dead animals, I used to like a battered sausage. You don't see a battered vegetarian sausage, do you? That'd be nice. You get a Linda McCartney. I quite like the Linda McCartney sausages. And one of those deep fried. I bet that would be quite nice, actually, wouldn't it? I wonder what they'd say at the local fish and chip shop if I went in there with a box of Linda McCartney frozen vegetarian sausages. Would you mind deep frying those for me to have with my chips? Just a suggestion. Thomas H is not a fan of Piers Morgan either. Okay, he hasn't got many fans. As I say, I'm not a fan of his, but there's sometimes I've turned it over and I thought, yeah, you're doing this quite well. And he was quite good at the interview this morning, I must say. Alrighty, let's do... It's birthday time, boys and girls, here on United Kingdom Talk. Happy birthday on this Wednesday, the 27th of March, to Karim. The lovely Karim. He was in hospital for a while. He was having trouble with... I think it was a blood issue, some sort of trouble he had with his blood issue, possibly a diabetes. I can't remember now. Sorry, Karim. But Karim Raumoon, a very good morning to you, sir, and happy birthday. Very, very good friend. I haven't seen him for years, actually. He used to come into Bluches in Hammersmith, where I had a bit of a dream job in there, to be honest, DJing and doing the karaoke. Happy birthday, Karim. Happy birthday today to Carol Tracy. Good morning, Carol. Haven't seen you for a while there. 59 years old today. Good morning, Carol. Just a little bit ahead of me. Happy birthday to you, Carol. Nueta Uve L. Good morning, Nueta. Happy birthday to you. Daniel Digginger Warren. It's his birthday today. Alison Elford Broughton. Good morning, Alison. Happy birthday to you. Charles Foskett is today 70 years old. Good morning, Charles. Happy birthday, 70 today. And Lisa Morris is birthday today. So that's all our birthdays today, gang. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one, innit? Hang on, wrong one, 1 minute. Here we are. Wrong tune played. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right. There you go. That's your show for this Wednesday morning. What's the time? 10:05. I think my mate's coming round at 11 o'clock and we're going to get our hair cut together. Oh, sorry, Joanna. She wasn't quick enough with her earplugs today. You've got to have those earplugs next to you, Joanna. Right next to you. Because you never know when I might throw in a song just to catch you out, my dear. Just to catch you up. So haircut. I've got to do the dusting today. Just in the living room. A bit of dusting to do. I might even hoover the house. So lots to do. Have a lovely Wednesday and thanks ever so much for joining us on this day. And I'll see you again hopefully at some time tomorrow. Cheerio now.